I interviewed a woman. She's the pie lady. She's out of East Walpole, which is basically Boston, Massachusetts. And she's made national news because she refused to sell her products, her delicious pies, to people on food stamps. She said, these are expensive pies, they're custom pies, they're gourmet pies. People ought not be using taxpayer dollars to if you need to ask the taxpayers to pay your bills, it shouldn't be to buy expensive pies like this. And even though the money would be coming to me and my family, I don't feel right about that. And so she told the farmers market that wanted to take all the other people were agreeing to do it, and she said no. So she had a little bit of a dispute with them, and she said, you know what, I'm taking my pies and I'm going home. I'm not going to do what I don't believe in. So I asked her, pie lady, so what happened in regards to your dispute with the Braintree Farmers Market?
Before I say anything, the Braintree Farmers Market is wonderful, and I love all the people there and the management. They decided this year they were going to try this program where they would scan EBT cards. They would take whatever dollar amount off the card that the customer wanted, give them $1 tokens in that amount, and then the customer would take those tokens to the booths and buy products with it. At the end of the day, the vendors would turn the tokens in, and then a week later get a check from the Braintree management for those purchases. I said, well, that's all well and good for the people selling fruits and vegetables and meat and cheese and eggs, but not here. I'm selling gourmet desserts. And if people are so destitute that they need taxpayer money just to put food on their tables, and those dollars should not be squandered on dessert.
So the story has gone international. And I asked this lady, the pie lady, I said, so what do your kids think when they see their mom? Their mom, average, everyday lady, she just makes pies all day. What do they think when they see their mom in international newspapers? Go.
I listen to talk radio and hear all day long, and my kids have been listening to me rant about things for years. And to see that this issue has grown wings the way it has is no surprise to them. They're extremely proud of me, holding my ground on this. But they know the kind of person I am. They know how I've raised them. They know how my parents raised me. So it just comes natural to us. You like you said in the intro, you stand up, you do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And I'm very, very concerned about the direction our country is going in. And if they want to take it in that direction, they're not going to do it without a fight.
Folks, when you stop and think about how influence in this country has changed, you could really juxtapose this lady and Michael Moore, this lady and Lil Wayne, this lady and the NBA players holding fundraisers for Barack Obama, this lady and Katie Couric, this lady and Keith Olbermann. Here's an honest, decent, solid lady compared to the people who come on your boob tube every day or on movies or music, and you stop and think about what went wrong in America. How did we make it that old people no longer should have influence? You can stop calling me and telling me that she's not old because she's 62 or 65 or whatever she is. Great, that's your opinion. I'm telling you that for people in their 40s, you're old if you're 60 and young if you're 20, and that's my opinion, and that's my opinion. You're welcome to have your opinion. If you're 80 or if you're 95, then you don't think 75 is old, but I still think 75 is old. You don't get to define for me what's old. For me, what's old is 65. If you're 65 and you're offended that I'm calling you old, then be offended. You may have already figured out I say what I think regardless of what you think about it, and that's what makes the show special. If you want to have an opinion, then have your own opinion, but you don't get to have my opinion for me, and you're not going to get to have my opinion for me. You can call up and complain, as you've been doing. You tell that Michael Berry, you can tell him I don't want him saying that 65 is old. I was 65 20 years ago, and it wasn't that long ago. It's old to me. And the point of calling her an old woman in the same sentence of talking about her influence is to make the point that in American society we've put people out to pasture after they're 50 because they're too old to be cool. And we've decided that you got to be cool to have influence. And we've decided that you got to be young to be hip. And you got to be hip to be cool. And you got to be cool to have an opinion that anybody cares about. I'm tired of the cool president. I'm tired of the fist bumping. I'm tired of the dancing and the jigging. I'm tired of the hip references. I'm tired of the proper use of whatever each little group is today. I'm tired of the having opinions that the majority of Americans don't, and that somehow makes you special. You're for gay marriage and nobody else is, so somehow you're better than the rest of us. You're for hugging a tree instead of driving a car, so you're better than the rest of us. You teach at a university, so you talk to 20-year-olds all day who you screw all day, and they think you're great because you'll give them an A for sex, and you think you're better than the rest of us. Well, you get your paycheck from the rest of us, and you get your paycheck from this old lady, and you get your paycheck from these people who work an honest living. And the people in this country, the decent, honest folks who hump and get it every day, who show up to work, who are never late, who never miss a day, who never take a sick day, who never ask anybody for anything, who do and do and do for everybody else, have been marginalized and ridiculed. They've been made into Archie Bunker. They don't get it. They're scared of the world changing. They're afraid of people that don't look like them. They don't know the right terms for all the new groups. They're still calling black people Negroes or African Americans or Afro Americans or whatever the term used to be, and they don't know that Al Sharpton has changed the term 3 times in the last 4 years, so somehow they ain't cool enough. Well, I'm tired of cool. I'm tired of hip. I'm tired of diversity. I'm tired of dumbing everything down. I'm tired of people cooking up new ideas on a university campus that don't work. I'm tired of socialism being called all sorts of new terms when in fact it's still government control of my decision-making process. I am tired of everything that is wrong being called right and everything that's right being called wrong, and I refuse to participate in that. I choose to honor the real people in this country that keep the place humming. I choose to honor the real American heroes that they don't make movies or TV shows about. The people that tuck their kids in at night, every damn night. The people that show up to work every morning. The people that write the checks so that the people who get the checks can complain about them. The people who aren't out in the streets raping each other, pooping on cop cars, shooting at cop cars, and hurling epithets at everybody else. The parents of those little punks. I'm tired of everything that is good and decent in this country being ridiculed, and I'm tired of everybody else watching it as if they're powerless to stop it. I am tired of wrong being called right. I am tired of movies being made about it, songs being made about it, and it being celebrated. I am tired of the people who have slaved over this country and made it what it is. Those people being ridiculed as if they're Archie and Edith, as if they're so bad. I am sick and tired of good, decent, just Americans being called teabaggers or guns and God clingers or racists or terrorists or everything else. I am sick of the alternatives. I am sick of the diversity. I am sick of their attacks. I am sick of their attempts to destroy this country. And I choose to honor the people who've made this country great. And it is not until you stand up and join with that and stop letting these people push you around and that we get back to respecting old people like this woman, like our parents and grandparents, that we're going to get this country back on the right track.
We work hard to pay our taxes. Remember, millions on welfare are counting on us.